Well, hello everyone, and welcome to Hot Jobs at HireMilitary. Happy Tuesday. We are so excited to have you here again with us today. We have some really incredible opportunities to share for our viewers, and that includes both DoD SkillBridge internships as well as full-time direct hire roles. As always, if you're a transitioning service member, a veteran, or a military spouse, please tell us where you're watching from and a little bit about yourself in the comments. Also, if it's your first time, please tell us that it's your first time here with us. We always love seeing first-time viewers finding their way over to HireMilitary and to Hot Jobs. So welcome if you are a first-time viewer. We'd love to just hear more about you as well. So here in the recruiting team at HireMilitary, we really do desire to help as many of you as humanly possible finding your new career this year. So as you're introducing yourself, please take a couple minutes just to write down what you're looking for. What industries are you interested in? What job titles are you focusing on? And if that's guided by a certain location or region, just drop that in the chats as well. It really helps us to match you up with current opportunities that we have, or be able to look you up later on if there's further roles that we have come available that might be a fit for you. Oh, hello, Brian, Lisa, Amber, welcome. And if you are in the chats already, you'll see that another part of our recruiting team, Brandy Walker, is in the chats as well. She'll be dropping links for everyone throughout the broadcast. So just say hi to Brandy. Let her know you're there. We really appreciate her helping us out during these LinkedIns just to get you the information as soon as possible. And help you get connected to our opportunities as well. So while everyone is continuing to introduce themselves in the chats, we'd like to take a few minutes here to introduce you to our team. I am Kate Wood. I'm a recruiter here at HireMilitary. I'm an Army vet and a military spouse currently stationed at Eglin Air Force Base in Florida. And can I just take a quick moment to say Happy International Women's Day to everyone, including our amazing recruiting team here at HireMilitary. So thankful to work alongside these powerhouse women, and happy International Women's Day to all the ladies in the chats as well. Just so excited to have a day like this to celebrate amazing women in our lives. So Lucy, welcome.
Hey, you guys. Thank you, Kate. My name's Lucy Robinson. I am one of the recruiters here at HireMilitary. It's so lovely to see all of the first timers. And I'm going to give out a shout out to Samuel. He is a stalwart. He's here every single week and one of our favorites. So, hey, Sam. I am an active duty Air Force spouse. We are currently stationed at Eielson Air Force Base, which is in the middle of nowhere, Alaska, Fairbanks, Fort Wainwright, if you are Army people. And yeah, it's so amazing to be here. I'm incredibly excited today because we have taken over the last week alone over 68 new vacancies for spouses, veterans, and transitioning service members. So hang tight and wait and listen. Over to you, Amber.
Thanks, Lucy. I'm so happy to be here today, you guys. I'm a recruiter also here with HireMilitary. I'm an Air Force veteran and a military spouse. My husband is still active duty Air Force. Welcome to all the first-time viewers. So many first-timers today. Welcome, welcome. Over to you, Kadeen.
Hey, everyone. Sorry, I was on mute. Thank you, Amber. I'm Kadeen. I am a HireMilitary intern here. I do SkillBridge, and I'm a SkillBridge intern myself, so it's pretty cool that I get to work with all of you guys as well. I recently relocated to Denver, Colorado within the last month and a half. It's been so beautiful, but I'm so excited to be on today's live with you guys and to dig into all the new roles that we have available.
Well, thank you so much, Lucy, Amber, Kadeen. Always so good to spend 20 to 30 minutes with you guys live here on LinkedIn every Tuesday. And thank you to everyone that's engaging in the chats. We love learning more about you. Welcome to Jacob in the chats. He is one of our SkillBridge partners for Masonite. So welcome, Jacob. You're always so great here as well. We're actually going to be sharing more about a couple opportunities with Masonite here shortly. But before we get into the opportunities that Kadeen is going to share, I just want to remind everyone that at the last 5 to 10 minutes of our broadcast, Lucy shares some tips and tricks from our recruiting team. We vary on the topic. Sometimes it's about resumes. Sometimes it's about interviewing, digital networking. We kind of just jump around based on questions that you, our audience, has provided in past broadcasts. Today, we're going to be talking all things salary negotiations. So please stay until the end. Again, that's the last 5 to 10 minutes. And if you have other questions surrounding anything job search related, whether it's resumes, like I mentioned, or if you're transitioning military, have questions specific to the SkillBridge program, anything at all, just drop those in the chats. We do try to leave a little bit of time as well to answer questions from the audience. So definitely just engage and drop those questions in the chats as we go along today. So back to the hot jobs that we'll be discussing today. As we share roles, if you're interested, just please comment with the title of the specific role that you are interested in, and we'll be able to share the direct link with you. Like I mentioned, Brandy is in the chats there, and if you just type in the job title that you're interested in, she'll be able to get that direct link over to you. But outside of the roles that we share here today, all of our SkillBridge internships and all of our direct hire roles can be found on HireMilitary.us as well. So let's get into it. That's more than enough for me for right now. So Kadeen, I'd love to hear more about the SkillBridge internships you're going to share with us today.
Absolutely, Kate. I have 5 exciting internship opportunities that I think everyone here would be interested in learning more about. The first of those opportunities we have is a training instructor with CrowdStrike. So typically we have a lot of cybersecurity personnel who is wanting to go into that role, right? So for this company, they're looking for someone who has a teaching background and have a solid fundamental understanding of cybersecurity. They want someone who's able to work within the organization and teach clientele of CrowdStrike how to defend their organization from advanced threats. They want someone who's an ideal candidate who have a strong background in dealing with technical topics and speaking with executive, in addition to having that background in advanced threats. So that is a huge plus. The next opportunity we have is a role for Senior Advanced Technical Support Engineer. For this role, the following position, it focuses on providing advanced level support solution for Schneider's products. So this role requires a bachelor's of science in either electrical engineering, mechanical engineering, or any related field within that expertise. The next role that we have is a DCIM technical support engineer, again with Schneider Electronic. So this is a remote position. The ideal intern will be in a commutable distance to Andover or Foxborough, Massachusetts. So if you're in that local area, this may be the ideal position for you. So for this role, they're looking for someone who can do their primary job within supporting Schneider's electric customer with data expertise, in addition to net voice security environment mentoring. The basic requirement, they want someone who has understanding of SMP, in addition to Modbus, MMPT, HTTP, and FTP. So that is a gibberish to a lot of people, but if you can understand that language, it might be for you. In addition to, they want someone who has understanding of Windows operating system. Moving on to the next role, we have a production supervisor for Masonite. As you guys may see, Masonite is one of the main companies that we do work with. So if you are wanting to pursue an opportunity within this role, they're seeking for a candidate who can oversee plant activities, someone who can overall the production of the company, right? They want someone who can work on assigning tasks and making sure that all the tasks are met and identify all the data and report it back to upper management. For this role, they require 3 years of leadership experience in a team-based setting. If you're in the military, this definitely relates to what we do, right? In addition to a degree, if you do not have a degree, they're willing to take a high school diploma with relevant work experience. So the next role I have is a supply chain manager for Masonite as well. So they're looking for a tactical leader who can manage and improve the plant supply chain performance for the overall company. The ideal candidate for this position will support business execution of new programs in addition to dealing with new initiative. The requirements is a bachelor's in business accounting or computer science. Typically, they want someone who has 3 to 5 years of experience and then just exceptional understanding of supply chain concept. So those are all the roles that I have, you guys. I definitely say Brandy will put the link in the comment. Go check it out. And if you're interested, tailor your resume and shoot your shot. Thank you so much.
Wonderful. Thanks so much, Kadeen. I loved hearing about all of those roles. And again, these are SkillBridge internships that are for transitioning service members that have been approved and are eligible for the SkillBridge internship program and are within their last 180 days of service in the military. So I know we had a couple questions on who's eligible for those positions, and it is just for transitioning service members that have been approved and are eligible for the SkillBridge internship. So again, those roles were the training instructor, Senior Advanced Technical Support Engineer, DCIM Technical Support Engineer, production supervisor, and supply chain manager. If you're interested in any of those roles, you can type the title in the chat. I know Brandy's been sharing the links as we go. Those links will take you directly to the full position description as well as where you can apply. So definitely check those links out. If you don't have time now, bookmark them and get to them later. And like Kadeen mentioned, shoot your shot. Might as well try it out. So thanks so much, Kadeen. Greatly appreciate you sharing all of that. And now Amber will be sharing some direct hire roles.
Thanks, Kate. Thank you. Thank you. Gosh, the roles that I'm sharing today are just a scratch at the surface of what we've received in the last week or so. The first one I will start with is a operations manager position. This is in Little Rock, Arkansas, and it's working with a really dynamic state-of-the-art facility that's an industry leader in the metal processing and distribution center. For this particular position, they do not require a bachelor's. It's preferred if you have one, but some experience in that operations leadership and that team development is really, really what's going to get you far in this operations manager position. They're seeking a candidate that is really results driven. In this particular company, they've had some great success hiring in the past from the military community. And so they've reached out to us. They know what our community has to offer, and they're very, very excited to grow their team. The next role that I have is also with the same exact company. It's an operations supervisor, and this one is in Lancaster, New York. And the focus for this particular position is supporting the overall functions for that metal processing and distribution center in Lancaster. So when we were talking with them initially, they kind of equated it to a senior NCO leadership position in the military community. So that's kind of exciting for us. But some of the requirements are warehouse supervisory knowledge, kind of the overall knowledge that comes with the warehouse machines and equipment operations. They're really looking for some action-oriented people, and somebody that is team-focused will really, really excel at this company. There's definitely some room for growth, room for promotion, which is even better. The next ones I have is kind of a couple roles, actually, at a couple different locations. It's software engineer and back-end software engineer. These are in New York City, just a couple blocks north of Grand Central, and in beautiful West Palm Beach, Florida. So these positions are hybrid, couple days in office, couple days working from home, but it's with a fintech company, and you'll be working with a team of about 12 to 15 people. This person should have those core engineering skills, and really the leadership capability is what they're looking for in these particular roles, because they do have a little bit of a younger team there. The hybrid component, like I mentioned, kind of in-house, at home also, really collaborative team, and some financial acumen is helpful, but not required. So that's a software engineer and the back-end software engineer in New York City and in West Palm Beach. One more thing I do want to mention, like I said, we're just kind of scratching the surface today. So feel free to check out our careers page. But some job titles and locations that I wanted to touch on today, just kind of taking a big picture here. We're looking for some general managers, construction project managers, business development, and office administrators in the Northeast. So in Rhode Island, New York, New Jersey, and also in Connecticut.
Wonderful. Gosh, I know, Amber. I think we've doubled our openings on our careers page in the last week, which has been a feat, obviously, for our team, but they are really fantastic opportunities. And like Amber just mentioned, some of these job titles are things I feel like a lot of transitioning service members, veterans, scream for when they're looking for new opportunities. General manager, construction project manager. These are all great, great opportunities. So if you don't hear of something that we've mentioned today, please reach out. And we will share the link to our job description or careers page in the chats as well. Operations managers, we are hiring for all of those roles in multiple locations. So please take a look if you don't hear of something that is of interest today. So thanks so much. Again, the roles that Amber mentioned are the operations manager, Little Rock, Arkansas. Again, that is a hot job. If you are at all interested in that location, please apply today. That won't last long. The operations supervisor in Lancaster, New York, the software engineers in New York City and West Palm Beach, and then the multiple openings in the Northeast as well. So just type those job titles in the chat. Brandy has already shared the links, but type that title in the chat and we'll reach out to you directly as well. All right, so I have a couple roles that I'd love to share with you all today as well. The first one is very exciting. We just had this role come across our desks today. This is a program manager role specifically for military spouses, and it is remote or in the DC metro area. This is a really fantastic opportunity. Obviously, we love seeing remote opportunities in general, but ones that are tailored specifically for our military spouse community is just fantastic to see. So the key qualifications for this role, the program manager role, is someone that has a minimum of a master's degree in business marketing, event planning, or event management, some years of experience in program and project management, and a big ticket, obviously, is someone that has experience working with or serving in the military, specifically those that have experience with the military spouse population. So please, if you are interested or you know a spouse that could be interested or would be a fit, please tag them in the chats as well to make them aware of this great opportunity. Again, you can just type program manager military spouse in the chats. Again, it's not going to last long. This is a really exciting opportunity. We're very excited to share more about it as well. The next role that I have to share with you is a facility manager position in North Charleston, South Carolina. The facility manager role is a great company. It's with a national brand. They have facilities all across the US and Canada. They're looking for a facility manager to come in and manage their facility there in North Charleston. In this position, they're looking with someone with about 3 years of management experience, as well as someone that has some profit and loss experience. So again, if you're interested in this role, it's the facility manager in North Charleston. I know Charleston is such a great location. And this position is just about 5 or 10 minutes north of downtown. So great opportunity there in North Charleston, South Carolina. The next role I have is a sales representative. I saw someone just mentioned anything in Texas. Well, here you are. We have 2 positions open in Texas for sales representatives. One is in Fort Worth and the other is in Austin, Texas. They're both with the same company. This organization is a veteran-owned small business, and they are really looking to bring more military talent in their organization. In the sales representative role, you'll be working with the branch managers and other sales reps to do some sales of this company's product. They are looking for someone with a bachelor's degree, preferably, and someone that does have direct sales experience. But we just spoke with the hiring managers this week, and they're also open to transitioning service members, veterans or military spouses that might not have direct sales experience. They are open to training, which is so exciting to hear. And especially in sales. I mean, it's such a fantastic industry to get into, great roles, lots of potential for growth in this organization as well. So again, that's the sales representative in Fort Worth and in Austin, Texas. All right, where are all of my logisticians at? We have a logistics specialist role open with an organization in Plymouth, Minnesota. Another fantastic organization. We have openings with them across the country as well. This is with that same company that's a veteran-owned business. For this logistics specialist role, they would love someone that has an associate's or bachelor's degree or relevant experience that could go in lieu of a degree. They're looking for someone with a minimum of 3 years previous transportation or logistics experience. And anyone that has served in the military that has worked in transportation or logistics, your experience will suffice. So definitely, if you're interested, looking in the Minnesota area, want to stay in logistics, this is a great role for you, a logistics specialist in Plymouth, Minnesota. And then I did want to mention as well, we still have a lot of really great opportunities. Amber mentioned the software engineers. We also have data engineers openings with the same organization that Amber mentioned in New York City and West Palm Beach. I think there's about 6 different roles in between the data and the software engineers. This is working in a hybrid capacity for this company, which is fantastic. You'll be 3 days in the office and 2 days remote from home. And such great locations. I mean, really, your blocks from Grand Central New York City or West Palm Beach, Florida. Those are really fantastic locations for these roles with very competitive salaries as well. So again, the roles that I mentioned are the program manager for military spouses, the facility manager in North Charleston, South Carolina, sales representative, Fort Worth and Austin, Texas, logistics specialist in Plymouth, Minnesota, and those data and software engineers in New York City or West Palm Beach, Florida. And again, like I mentioned in the beginning, if any of these roles are of interest, you can just type the title in the chats, or for anyone that watches this on recording later on, same thing, just type the title in the chats and we'll be able to see exactly what roles you're interested in and share the position descriptions and more information on how you can apply. So please, look into these options. We'd love to have you apply and invite you to screen and hopefully move you forward in the process. Next up, we are going into our segment hosted by our fantastic Lucy Robinson. Again, we are just going to spend the last several minutes of this broadcast talking about some recruiter tips and tricks. And if you have more questions as we go here, definitely type them into the chats. We try to get to those questions at the end here if we can. So Lucy, I'm going to pass it over to you.
Thank you, Kate. Oh my gosh, these roles this week just blowing my mind. And actually, I wanted to answer a couple of questions before I move forward. So Eva asked if there was anything in Georgia. Yes, because we've been focusing on Georgia because that is an area that we haven't had any roles in previously. And we've got a couple in the Atlanta metro area. So a buyer position and a contracts coordinator both came in just yesterday or the day before. So that's exciting. And then Chris asked if there was anything in Connecticut. Yes, there is. We have the ones that Amber and Kate mentioned, construction program manager, ops manager, general manager, business development office. We've got quite a few. So take a look at our website or just drop Connecticut again below and we will link you to those. So each week I have a bit of a chat about different bits and pieces. And this week I wanted to fast forward. Let's forget about the resume. Let's forget about the interview skills. Why don't we talk about the negotiation piece? Because that is not a skill that we hone in the military, yet it's probably one of the first things that you need to employ before you accept and take a permanent position. So I just really wanted to share some information with you guys today to understand or best understand what you could do to make that initial offer into an offer that is your stretch goal, is something that you really want, to take that 80,000 to 100,000 or that 40 to 60. So the first thing I would say is definitely do your research online. There's lots of different websites. Yeah, we all know Glassdoor. That's probably not my preferred one. I tend to look at others, salary.com being one of them, and engage with a mentor. We talk about mentors, but we work with ACP, American Corporate Partners. Engage with one. Find out in the industry what the optimum salaries are so that you're not shooting blind, that you do have some education in terms of what you're positioning on the table. Speak to people in both the company that you're applying to or in the industry. But as trite as it sounds, please remember your value and your worth. I often say to people, sometimes you do need to take a step back to take a step forward, but also don't undersell yourself. And you will know where to position yourself based on the research that you do. So my top tips are, first of all, as exciting as it is to be offered a position, don't accept it immediately. Take 48 hours, ask for 48 hours, and really use this time to your best advantage to formulate your response. Like I said, do your market research. Don't make an ask that's wildly out of the ballpark. That's just going to irritate, most likely. But, have a good educated idea of what these roles pay in other companies, as well as your geographical location. Do leave any emotion at the door. We know that this is your priority. This is absolutely, so important for you. But when countering, use language that's appreciative of the offer and the opportunity, but yet direct, clear, and objective. Don't take it too far and be abrasive, but, just deliver a message that's succinct, articulate, and clear, yet, you have got your requirement and your demand on the table. And do understand that there may be some non-negotiables on behalf of the company. Their initial offer may have been their best and final, and they may well say no. But the thing that I want to leave you with today is the way that the company handles this situation is an incredible indicator of what they'll actually be like to work for. It really gives you an insider's view of their operating practices, how they respond, that you would rarely see in an interview. And if I leave you with nothing else, for that reason alone, countering is really invaluable for you when identifying whether this company is for you or not. So I hope that that's helped. And I will pass you back to Kate. Thank you.
Wow, Lucy, that is such fantastic information. And I think it's great because, part of what we offer here at HireMilitary, and if you've come through a screening process with us before, you'll know that the way we work with our candidates, we don't just hand you off to our hiring managers. We walk through the entire process with you. Interview preparation, helping to schedule those interviews all the way to offer negotiation as well. And this is one of the biggest things that a lot of people have questions about is, how do I respond to offers? How do I work through salary negotiations? So the insights you offered there are so fantastic, and definitely so valuable, even for people that have done a lot of job searching outside of the military. It's always great to know kind of more about what you can do to best position yourself to get really great offer for what you deserve for a role. So thank you so much for that, Lucy. I just wanted to mention as well that our CEO, Mike Quinn, is doing a LinkedIn workshop through the USO, and that is happening tomorrow, March 9th at 11 a.m. Eastern time. And if you are planning on attending, just give me a hands up emoji in the chat or say, hey, I'll be there. I know a lot of our team is planning on attending as well. So if you see us in the chats, definitely come say hi tomorrow. Those workshops are so valuable, whether you've been on LinkedIn for a decade or if it's your first week on LinkedIn. Mike always has some great tips to share on how to optimize your profile, digital networking, just all around great advice on how to utilize LinkedIn. So thank you so much, Lucy, Amber, Kadeen, for spending some time with us here today, and everyone in the chats as well. It's always so great to see the interactions that happen in the chats. It's not only a time for us to get to share with you, but time for you to share with others in our military community too. So thank you so much for everyone for tuning in. And again, just as a reminder, if you heard of anything that was of interest, just type the title in the chat. We go through the comments following every LinkedIn Live and try to get direct links to you all for any roles that you're interested in so that you can find out more information and hopefully apply as well. And again, if you didn't hear of anything of today that was of interest, we have over 250 SkillBridge internships available for transitioning service members and over 130, it's wild for me to say that, over 130 full-time roles, both fully remote and on-site nationwide with our partners. So please take a look. Hopefully there will be something of interest for you there as well. And again, we are so thankful to our recruiting team that spends time here every week sharing these great roles, sharing fantastic opportunities with our community, and Lucy always for providing more insights and advice on how you can just empower yourself to have a great job search and a great military transition. So thank you, ladies, for tuning in here. And Brandy in the chats, you are always fantastic providing those links to everyone. Just thank you so much. It's just great to have that information to be able to share with our community right away.
And Kate, before we leave today, two more things. Boris has asked if there's anything in the Lansing area in Michigan. Boris, we've probably got about 7 or 8 jobs in Lansing. So take a look at our careers page. Brandy will drop the link or we can get that over to you. And I did also want to give one final shout out to Lee. He is here every single week
Lee,
as our cheerleader. So hi, Lee. It's so lovely to see you.
Yes, Lee. We love seeing people that are repeat guests here. It's great. As much as we love the first time viewers, seeing people that come back week after week is so great as well. So hi, Lee. And I did just see someone else in the chats that was asking about jobs in different locations. So if you don't see anything on our careers page right now that's of interest to you, you can scroll all the way to the bottom and register your interest to join our talent pipeline, which is a great way because every week we send out our newest hot jobs to people in our talent pipeline. So please, if you don't see anything of interest right now, join the talent pipeline, get connected to us, and we'll be able to send you roles that are a great fit for you or our newest roles that come every week. So I just wanted to throw that out there as well. So again, keep throwing questions in the chats that you have. We always go back and try to answer all those questions in the chats following our LinkedIn Lives. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. We really enjoy just having 20 to 30 minutes of your time every week to share our opportunities and really hope that we can help all of you find meaningful careers this year. So we will see you next week for another Hot Jobs at HireMilitary. Take care.